Hello everyone, my name is Austin, and today I'm going to be showing you how to set up the 664 for Point Park University. So to begin with, what we're going to do is we're going to plug in our battery in this input just like so, and we're also going to insert our SD card just like that. To begin, I'm going to be showing you how to get into the main menu, which can simply be accessed by pressing this menu button. To go through the menu button, you can use this black scroll wheel right here to go up and down. The first spot that we're going to go to is we're going to go into File Storage. And we're going to go down to Erase Format SD Card and press OK to format. We're going to press the menu button to go back into the main menu. The next spot that we're going to go into is we're going to go into Inputs. We're going to make sure that the phantom power is on, it's set to 48 volts. Once we're done there, we're going to hit the menu button to go back into the main menu again, and we're going to go to limiters next. We're going to make sure that limiters are set to on. Once we're done there, we're going to hit the menu button to go back into the main menu again. We're going to go into recorder and make sure that record to SD card is set to wave poly. We're also going to make sure that the sample rate is set to 48. And finally, in the recorder menu, we're going to make sure that the bit depth is set to 24. The next spot that we're going to go to is comms and returns, and we're going to make sure that it is set to internal microphone. The next spot that we're going to go to is we're going to go into time code and sync, and make sure that the time code mode is set to free run. We're also going to make sure that the frame rate is set to 23.98, 24, whatever you may be recording at the time. You're just going to have to ask your DP. The next spot that we're going to go to is we're going to go into System. And we're going to also make sure that the meter ballistics is set to peak plus VU. The next thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to plug in the microphone. So as you can see here on the mixing board, we have 6 numbers with 6 different knobs. Everything up here corresponds to all the inputs that are labeled back here. What we're going to do to plug in our boom, we're going to insert the XLR cable into channel 1. To activate this channel, we're going to press the silver knob right here, which is called the input trim, and we're going to turn it up to about 12 o'clock. And we're also going to be messing with this larger knob and set this to about 12 o'clock, which is called the input fader. We're going to use this PFL switch and push it over here to the right so that we can set up the microphone. What we have here is we have mic pH, which is going to be set up for the microphone. If you happen to be using lav mics, you're going to want to have this set to microphone. For the purposes of Point Park University, we're going to have the ISO set to post fade. If you're using this 664 and your device happens to have the X1 or the X2 highlighted, you can just use this mic/tone knob to toggle them off. To make sure that we're hearing what we're recording, we're going to have the headphones set to LR mix. What you can do to turn it on is you can use the ABC switch, switching on to the left and to the right. To exit out of this menu, we're going to go back to the PFL switch and switch it on to the right. To hear what we're going to record, we're going to make sure that it is set to LRST. It could happen to be set to RTNB or RTNA. If that ever happens, just make sure you hit the ABC switch and move it over to the left or to the right. And to make sure that again that we are set to LRST. So if we notice that the audio levels right now, they're about set to -15. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to make sure that they are set to about 0. So coming back over here to the silver knob, we're going to be turning up just ever so slightly so that the audio is set to 0. Once we are happy with the sound that we are getting, we can push this knob in to lock it in. When you're on set, what you're going to want to be adjusting is this much larger black knob, either to the left or to the right for the talent. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to arm a track. To arm a track, what we're going to do is come on down to 1. We're going to hold the black knob and we're going to press in the meters button. For the purpose of Point Park University, we don't need the LR, so just turn that off. To turn it off, it's the same way as arming it. Hold the black knob and push in the meters. To start recording, we're going to push this knob up. To stop the recording, we're going to push this down. To hear the playback of your recording, what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here to channel 1 and we're going to go to PFL switch and push it on to the left. And to hear what we had just recorded, we're going to use this knob and we're going to push it down this time. And to stop what we're listening to, it's the same way as stopping recording. We're just going to push this button down just twice. To name a track, what we're going to do is we're going to come back into main menu. We're going to go over to file storage. We're going to go over here to take list. We're going to push the ABC switch over to the right. Once we're in here, we're going to go down to scene. We're also going to go down to add new entry. When doing so, we can name them as so, like 1B, 2A, whatever you call it. For the purposes of today, we're going to have 1A and 1B. Once we're on set, we're going to go over here into scene and we can pick whatever scene that we had just set up. One great thing that 664 does is that if we were to hit record and if we were to end recording, if we were to start another recording, we can see that it switches to 1A take 2. While you're on set, there could be cases where you want to name a track by a character, by an actress, or an actor, or whatever. To do so, we're going to come over here to the PFL switch and we're going to move it to the right. And we're going to do it again, but this time we're going to hold it. So for the example, I'm going to have our character be named Bob. And to confirm, we're going to go down to the ABC switch and move it to the right. To get out of this menu, we're going to come back over here to the PFL switch and we're going to move it to the right just once. So thank you for watching this video and happy recording.